It is absolutely time to pay more attention to the columns of probability, how likely is something to happen, impact, what if it does, and exposure. And we've been using a scale of from 1 to 5 for both probability and impact. Right now we're going to talk about probability. 1 is very low, 5 is really high. Well, we want to do better than just that, because for very low, you might mean 30%, maybe that's low to you, and very low to me could mean 5%, but we're both using a 1, and yet we're not really expressing the same thing. We're not really speaking the same language yet. We want to make sure our 1 means the same thing. And how we do that is something like this kind of chart here, where we have something where 5% means very low. So very low probability means 5% probability that it's going to happen. And very high is 80% and above. Well, if we're both referencing this chart, our 1s mean the same thing. Well, when did we decide this? And where was this documented? It's in the risk management plan. That's right. And in addition to looking at probability, we also take a look at impact in a similar way. And when we're considering a threat or a negative impact to the project, then I can use Margaret language, which is how badly messed up are we if this risk occurs. But if we're taking a look at an opportunity, something we want to leverage, a benefit, then we're saying, what is the benefit if we can leverage this opportunity? Again, agreeing on what our definition means so that my 1 and your 1 means the same thing. And again, we would have figured this out during planning, and it would be in our risk management plan, absolutely. So we'd have a guideline. And we might have something like this where we look at the impact to scope, schedule, budget, and quality. And for each, we list the criteria. So very low against schedule, increase or decrease of less than 1 day. And notice increase or decrease because we're allowing for threats and opportunities. And now what do we do with that? Well, we take probability and impact to determine exposure. Exposure is what we use to prioritize the risk. It's a simple equation. It's equal to probability multiplied by impact. And we've gone through and we've looked at our risks. And so let's say now we have a risk that has a probability of 1, very low likelihood it's going to happen. Impact of 5, definitely high impact if it happens. Well, 1 multiplied by 5, you know, is equal to 5. I like to work with these easy numbers. And then this value helps us know if we're going to do more about this risk.